welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be running through some exercises that you can incorporate into a circuit. So there's 8 stations in the circuit, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds to move between stations, and it's a full body workout. So if this is going to be your main workout, then I would suggest doing about maybe 3 rounds of this, completing a good warm-up beforehand, and then you could add on a core circuit at the end or just stretch. So I'll be running through the exercises now. So there are 7 different exercises and 8 stations total. And like I said, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds rest, and then I would take maybe 2 minutes of rest between the rounds of the circuit. So the first exercise that of this circuit is a devil's press. But if you don't want to do devil's press, you can also do burpees. So I'll show you what devil's press is. And for this, you'll need a small set of weights, but you can also use water bottles that have been filled up with water. You basically just need a weight that you can move around with you. And if you don't have a weight, then you can just do burpees, which will work perfectly fine as well. So the way thruster works is you'll start it like a burpee, place these down on the floor, chest to the ground, and then come back up. And then you want to swing your weights overhead, and then back down to the ground, and then repeat the movement. So you'll do this for 45 seconds. And if you don't have a weight or don't want to do a devil's press, you can do burpees, which there are a few variations which I can show you. So you can do a full burpee, which will be chest to ground, back up and jump, or you don't necessarily need to jump and just can step, or you could do a modified burpee where you jump back, forth and up, and if you don't necessarily want to jump, you can also just hands overhead and then do another one. So those are the different variations that you can do for station 1. Station 2 is a thruster. So here again, grab your small weights, or you can use bigger weights if you want, or you can fill some water bottles up with some water, or use some tin cans of beans or anything. And a thruster is a squat with an overhead press. So you'll be doing these for 45 seconds as your station 2. From the side, you want to keep your back nice and straight, and go as deep as you want in the squat, and then overhead. When you get to the top, keep your hips tilted forward. You don't want to arch your back too much when you've got the weights overhead. So that was station number 2. Station 3 are walkout push-ups. Again, these have a couple of variations if you don't necessarily want to do a push-up, or if you want to do a varied push-up. So you'll start at the end of your mat, standing up, hands down, bend your knees if you're not so flexible, walk out into a high plank position, and then push up and walk your hands back. If you don't want to do a push-up or are unable to, or are working on your push-ups, you can simply just walk out to the end of the mat and walk back. Stand up and go again. You could add in some shoulder touches if you'd like, and then walk back and stand up. Or you could do a modified push-up from your high plank position, knees to the ground, push up, and then back through. So that was exercise number 3, walkout push-ups. Exercise number 4 are Bulgarian split squats. So for this, you'll need a stool or a small table or whatever you have lying around in the house that's stable enough to take your weight and comes about just below the knee for a Bulgarian split squat. So the way you want to do these is take a step maybe 1 meter away from your table or your stool or whatever, and you want to put your back foot up so that your foot is resting on whatever you're using. And you can use a wall if this is the first time that you're doing these to stabilize yourself, but you basically just want to go down and up, and down and up. So it's basically a modified lunge or a split squat. And so you want your knee to be moving backwards, and you want the front knee to be in line with the foot. You don't want your knee to be going too far over, So try and keep, you really want this part of your leg to stay vertical on the front foot. So those are stations 4 and 5. Bulgarian split squat on the left side, Bulgarian split squat on the right side. If you want to make those harder, you can hold a weight in a goblet position or side by side. And if you don't have a table or a stool that you can use, or you find these too difficult and want a modified version, you can do a simple split squat, which is where you hold a split squat stance. You're going to be on your toes at the back, solid front foot, and down and up. And same applies here. You want to try and keep your front lower leg vertical, and you don't want your knee to be going much further past your toes. So again, those are stations 4 and 5, Bulgarian split squat or a normal split squat for an easier modified version. Station 6, is Armstrongs. So this will require you to come back to your small weights, or you can use, again, water bottles filled with water or some cans of beans that you can hold. And you want to start with your arms in a relaxed position, palms facing forward. You're going to bicep curl the weights up, and then you're going to shift them, ready to do an overhead press. And then back down, front, and then reverse bicep curl. Bicep curl them up, shift around, overhead press, come back down through the front and down. Of course, you can use a heavier weight or a lighter weight, whatever suits you. This is what they look like from the side. And again, try not to let your back curve too much. Tilt your pelvis forward and use your abs to keep your back straight, and try and control the movement, so don't let your arms flop around. So that was station 6, Armstrongs. Number 7 are wall sits. So you'll want to find a nice stable wall and somewhere where you can put your feet. And you're just going to sit up against the wall. And here you want a 90-degree angle at the knees and the hips. And you want to try and have a nice flat back against the wall. And you can cross your hands in front of your chest, hands on your head, but try not to push down on your legs. That will take some of the pressure off where we want it to hurt. If you find 45 seconds too long, stand up from the wall, give your legs a small shake, and then sit back down into position, holding it there. You can even hold a weight if you'd like to make it a little bit harder. And finally, exercise number 8 are supine SOTTS press. So all you'll need for this is a broomstick handle, or you can even use an elastic band, or you could use a towel, but I would recommend a broomstick handle. And what you'll do here is you're going to lie down face forward. I'm pretty sure that's supine. I'm not sure. I'll check. Lying down SOTTS press is what we're going to call it, sorry. And then you're going to want to hold, depending on how flexible your shoulders are, you can hold, if your shoulders are very flexible, come narrower. If you're not so flexible in the shoulders, go a bit wider. And you're going to start forehead off the ground and the broomstick handle just behind your neck, and then you're going to push up and come back down. Just going to move down so you can see that better. So you're going to push up and come back down. Make it a little bit more difficult. Bring your hands together. If you're not so flexible in the shoulders, move your hands out. But you're basically just going to push up. So SOTTS press, but lying down. If you find that a bit difficult, you can always place your head onto the mat and push up. It may look easy, but it does start to burn in the shoulders after 45 seconds of doing it. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, those are the 8 stations for this circuit. I would repeat it 3 times, taking about 2 minutes rest per round, 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds between stations. I hope all those exercises made sense. Yeah, good luck, thanks for watching, and remember to like and share the video, and it would be really nice if you guys could also head to my Instagram and give that a follow if you wanted. Bye.